seeing widespread damage. So where will Florida get all of the money needed to rebuild? Ryan is back with us right now with more on that. Ryan?
Yeah, I would say isn't that the million-dollar question, but that is the multi-billion-dollar question in this case. Former State Senate President Mike Hiradopoulos is here. Mike, good to see you. And first of all, I know you've got power back. You had a little damage, so good on your front there in Melbourne.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We all thought the storm was going to hit on the East Coast. Of course, it shifted over primarily to the West Coast, but those of us on the East Coast still felt the impact of Hurricane Irma.
This is unprecedented, Mike. From the Keys, several hundred miles up to Jacksonville, devastation and flooding and issues we have to deal with. People think of FEMA and federal dollars. What on the state level is there in terms to help in this rebuilding effort?
Well, first and foremost, what I thought was so remarkable is the work done by Governor Scott and the team. There's a real bipartisan effort. You saw the mayor of Tampa, Orlando, all kind of gathering together, having this plan, executing the plan. This one is going as far as having the FHP officers literally escorting tankers to the gas station and getting things in place. I think that's a great start, but the hard work has just begun. The governor did a smart thing in waiving a lot of rules, whether it be for tolls, with using the extra lane. Then he even called in 2 aircraft carriers. I mean, it was a lot of preparation on the front side, first done by Jeb Bush many years ago. But that said, the legislature is also going to have a role here. They might also be looking at regulatory changes to make sure that the needed supplies are in place, or recovery efforts in place, or adjustments in insurance laws, you name it, to try to maximize the resources to try to get people's lives back to normal. It's a big undertaking.
And so much of Florida's economy is impacted by this, whether it's the theme parks, the airports, the people that can't get back to work. There is a massive, massive impact here.
It sure is, and we're not sure what that might be. I mean, talking with some business owners, we're talking about off air. A lot of these employees are hour-to-hour employees. These folks need that income, and here they are without an income, and their kids are home from school. It's a very stressful time. And let's just say that our heart is broken because of. So you see some of these images down in the Keys. We've all probably vacationed there. We know how beautiful it is, and here they are literally underwater. It's a tough time.
Well, you look at Governor Scott. He had to. What amazed me is at first it was going to be the East Coast, West Coast. They kept having to move where they were setting up their fronts. You were talking about kind of fighting an opponent that is unpredictable.
Yeah, this is literally a war against Mother Nature. And in this case, remember, the governor's home is in Naples. It's literally beachfront. I haven't heard the reports yet, but I would not be surprised if he was impacted by the storm surge himself. But it was nice to see true leadership, and it was nice to see that bipartisanship. I was talking with some folks. The Pinellas sheriff, the mayor of Tampa happens to be a Democrat, Buckhorn. They all came together. I saw Pepe Diaz, one of the leading representatives down in Miami, literally shoveling sand into folks to sandbags and passing out water. It's an all hands on deck, but luckily Florida has the leadership that we've seen, but the hard work is just going to be beginning, and that's where the legislature needs to step up. Any way they can to adjust the rules, give that flexibility, remove that red tape, we have to do it to provide some relief to these folks, especially in Southwest and South Florida.
Absolutely. Great to see the bipartisan effort. Mike, really appreciate you coming in. We're going to take our conversation to Facebook Live now. So much more that the state's going to have to do for sure. Bob, Amy, back to you.
All right. Thank you, sir.